Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dungeons & Dragons: The Second Age. How are we all doing?
Which age?
We're
The
fine.
second.
I hope.
Yep, we're not in the third age yet.
No, not yet.
We'll be
make
when
it
we all
happen.
die and Cabal takes over.
Look, once we rule the world, we'll start the third age. It's that simple.
That's a very different angle than I was taking.
Yeah, that's a hard right.
So,
Somehow I don't think Arya and Kelariis will let you get away with that.
for the benefit of those who are not quite as up to date with everything that happened the last time we played this game, who wants to do the recap?
Where did we start last time?
We started off
Yes,
with
the aftermath of the
well, just
battle of Cabal.
after Grim and Elizabeth have had a talk.
Talk.
A little talk. After which, we basically just had combat.
Not
looking-
quite. You had a lot of dialogue, a lot of discussion, and a lot of exposition.
Yeah, well we had
But after I had to talk with Elizabeth,
Yeah.
we basically instantly ended up in
Yes.
combat.
Arya heard a strange noise and ran off to investigate the source of the strange noise, completely on her own. Found it, but luckily, the strange noise was in fact Lithari causing a nuisance after running off on her own.
Hey,
And the nuisance the two of them caused together makes Grim run off on his own to confront the source of the noise.
Okay, you're framing this in the wrong way. It wasn't
Yeah.
us running off alone. I ran off with Kelariis to hunt down the
No.
person we were trying to kill.
No,
yes.
that was the session. That wasn't last session. That was.
Yeah,
I know,
but-
but I'm saying to get to this point, and then Kelariis got taken by an angel, which is the reason I was alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
and then
also-
you
I
and
also-
then you ran off on your own when you heard a strange noise, rather than going back to where you knew Grim and Elizabeth were.
Well-
I also resent the framing of Arya and Lithari causing a ruckus together because they were not together.
We
They
were not
alone.
together.
They were
It was
causing
100% Lithari, and Lithari was there
Yes.
by herself.
Yeah. So Grim takes off running after them. Lithari finally meets up with Arya and takes off again to cause even more ruckus. And basically, we fight every single bad guy on the map all at once when we weren't supposed to.
Yep.
And we all nearly die.
Sorry.
But we didn't die. No one died. We went down quite a lot, but no one died.
But we are basically out of potions.
Yeah. We're out of potions.
Which
We're
I
out of
think-
health.
I
And
think
yeah,
we have
so then
one, maybe two.
Yeah. So then we went back to our good Nyxes Zorander, who was paralyzed. We accidentally destroyed him because we didn't wait for him to fully regenerate in his coffin. So when we destroyed his coffin, he just died. Then we poked around the rest of their place for a bit, looted a load of stuff from Ellyria's room, set her coffin on fire, and then we all left. Because we need to get out of here, or at least find somewhere safe-ish to hide, until I can teleport us out of here.
But there were also some important interpersonal dialogues. But
Yes, there was. But you'll have to go back and watch those because I'm not recounting the intimate details of all of those.
but yes. So, as you guys are escaping the chasm as the city above goes on high alert looking for 4 members of the living who have violated the rules of the City of Evernight and are therefore basically free game to any undead who wants to take you on. Yeah, you guys are in the midst of scurrying deeper into the cave network in the canyons below the city, when Elizabeth raises the critical question that's on her mind. This is a bit too excitable for the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, now that we're here, she's probably just looking around a bit confused and goes, wait a minute. Shouldn't we be looking for Kelariis?
Kelariis isn't in this realm anymore, as far as I'm aware. When we were down in the dungeon, we found an angel who the Cabal had captured and seemingly was torturing.
Wait. Why was there an angel here?
Did he give us an exact reason, Rob?
So his reason for being there was let me check before I get her name wrong, because I always get her name wrong. Valuel. He came here on the bidding of Valuel the Fallen Angel under the premise of negotiation. They negotiated, she deceived him, and then he was imprisoned and used for information.
Okay, I basically say that to the group. Lithari already knows some of it, but...
Yeah.
So, after that, the angel claimed to need Kelariis's power for a mission from Tallithsyr, and they left to go to the Feywilds to complete that mission.
More specifically, he stated that he had overheard the Cabal talking about what the plan that the Dread Legion had cooked up that was being withheld from you, and that if Kelariis didn't help him immediately, things were going to be dire. And believing him, Kelariis went with him.
So we don't have to worry about Kelariis for the moment, but once we get out of here, we should probably find her.
You do have to worry about her, but...
Well, I mean, we do have to worry about her, but not getting out of here and finding her, like, in this place.
A different kind of worry.
Different kind of worry.
So, you're telling me this whole time the Cabal had an imprisoned angel literally right under our feet?
Yes. And that's exactly the reason why I didn't want to trust them, because we have no idea of their motives or their plans or what they've been doing.
To avoid actually doing it, at this point, Elizabeth does a very, very angry scream and just throws a firebolt at the wall over there.
Arya's gonna be like, shut the hell up! What are you
Yeah.
doing? You're gonna attract attention!
Yeah, same.
And at this
Yeah.
point, she's gonna grab her by the collar and be like, if you don't get it together, I'm gonna knock you out and carry you out of here. So you better tighten the fuck up and stop acting crazy. Because you are a liability to everyone in this party right now. And then she's
Arya.
gonna release her and walk away. Sorry, Gab.
Lithari goes over to Elizabeth and puts a hand on her shoulder. Are you alright?
She just shakes her head.
That's understandable, but you need to be right now. The time for not being okay is not now.
You're right. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I can't believe I believed them.
Hey, Rob.
Yep.
Lyra's token isn't in the map. Oh, wait, she's dead.
dead.
She's gone.
She did.
The gentle stab. Oh,
I can't believe I believed them.
well, technically, what they were saying didn't have to be a lie. It's just, you weren't willing to believe how bad they could be.
Never felt so stupid in my life. Let's just get out of here.
Well, we have one thing to take care of before we get out.
Oh, of course.
So, the four of you proceed further into the caves until you reach a chamber where the darkness of the cave begins to sort of like dip down into a certain point where it becomes difficult to see, and those of you who don't have dark vision have to light up torches or cast spells to be able to see. And eventually you come to another chamber that's lit with the familiar murky blue light that is present when you're outside. But this time it's sort of... as you step into it, there's... the ceiling on this chamber is like a sort of crystallized... almost like a gemstone-like substance. That somewhere above you there must be a fine crack where light is able to get down through, and is now refracting through the chamber, and offers a faint illumination that's just sort of a respite on the eyes from peering into the darkness. It has one entrance and one exit, and from the way that you can't hear anything else, if you wanted to take a break, this is probably the best spot to do so.
Should we take a short rest or a long rest?
I think we should take a short rest and try to see if we can figure out where what's her face went. Our little vampire lady.
Ellyria.
I would ask whether or not it's worth taking a rest at all. Again, I think it'd be worth it, but
Well,
if we don't get a rest, then neither does she. But again,
like we can get ourselves back up to at least somewhat decent strength. Hopefully, yes.
I don't think any of us are in a position to not rest.
fair enough.
As good an idea it would be to keep pushing for the reason that you just
Yes.
said.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if we just stick to a short, just rest till we get our bearings, or till we, recover a little bit. We don't have to get back to full strength as long as we're fit for round 2.
And a rest for the 4 of us is much more beneficial than a rest for the one of her.
Magic, well, again, you know better than anyone, Elizabeth, about magic. How it takes a while to get back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I've no idea where she draws her... Well, actually, no, I don't. I do. If she's... Okay, she's got a spell book, so she probably draws magic from the same kind of place that I do. Meaning that if she's truly sitting down and taking the time to rest like we are, she can only regain so much of her magic. She'd need a full rest in order to regain it all.
Let's hope that that they don't manage to clear everything out before we find them. But yes, we should rest. So I'll set up some tripwires near the entrance and exit. Might as well.
Okay. What tools do you have for doing that?
They're gonna be a little bit on the rough side, but I have we have rope, which is not ideal, of course. We have just some general tools like a hammer. I can like set up straight, so if we attach that on one end and attach like to let's say a shovel on the other end. If they touch the rope, they fall over, make a noise.
Yeah, rudimentary noisemakers you're making. Yeah, that's within your ability.
Yeah, we even have two. We still have two pickaxes. Just collapse the wall behind or thing behind us. That would be awful.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
I'd say make a proficiency check with your Tinkerer's tools, but I think the risk of failure is so insignificant it doesn't really
Like,
matter.
the tools fall over. You have to start again.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, you set up a series of rudimentary noisemakers, and you take a short rest. So everybody go ahead and roll all the hit dice and regain everything that is that you need. Arya, remember that you have a feature that benefits your short rests.
Oh yeah,
Your field medicine.
field medicine.
That
What does
applies
that do
to other
exactly?
people
Let
as
me
well.
find
doesn't
it.
She can choose one person to gain additional health from their hit dice, I believe.
Okay, who has lower hit points than 1? Because that's what I want.
Yeah, you might want to use it for yourself then, I guess.
Yeah.
Because what's your wisdom modifier? Yes, you can only help one person with your low wisdom.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and roll your hit dice, and Arya, when you roll your hit dice, anything lower than a...
Why are my hit dice suddenly a D4?
Yeah, that's not right.
That isn't correct.
Yeah, this happened in my game too. It like reset everyone's hit dice to D4s.
It says your hit dice is D10 in the sheet,
But it's rolling a D4.
roll it again now. That's weird.
Luka, if you see where it says hit dice on your counter, click where it says the dice number, and there'll be a drop down.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because
no.
it used to be a D10. I was like, hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna re-roll all those because
Yes.
Yeah.
who knows what the hell.
Yeah, and okay, that's good. So any that you roll that roll below 5 on, or 5 or lower on the dice are counted as 5.
So in short, you can't roll below a 6.
Action Surge comes back on a short rest, correct?
Action
Yes.
Surge does come back on a short rest.
Oh, yeah, fuck, I'm just gonna roll the whole lot.
Yeah.
So that the 2 you just rolled there, Arya, is a 6.
Mostly because
Right.
I keep rolling 5. Oh my god, I'm rolling a lot of 1s on these hit die.
Oh my god, Discord notifications keep popping up and blocking. Okay.
That's why I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, I need to put myself on Do Not Disturb.
Well, technically I'm on streamer mode because I'm recording, but...
Nice, and that brings me back to full. Exactly, using half of my hit dice.
Nice.
Lucky you. I used all my hit dice and I'm still short.
Hmm.
Which is ironic because I think without Kelariis I'm the tallest person here.
Don't know. How tall are you?
I'm definitely taller than Arya. Because Elizabeth's 5'10".
How tall is Lithari?
5'8".
Oh, 5'8". Okay, so you're at
Yeah.
the tallest, yeah.
Elizabeth, the tallest one here now.
She may look like a big girl, but is she really a big girl?
Well, she's tall, but she's not big. She's tall, yeah, but she's skinny as hell. The only reason
Oh,
she
no, I
looks
didn't
bigger is
mean.
'cause she wears
I
baggy
meant like
clothes.
as an adult.
Wow.
Okay. Is everyone done rolling hit dice?
Okay. I am now.
So, you spend time...
They're only exactly up to full.
You spend time treating all of your respective wounds, like looking after yourselves, taking a breather. While you are doing so, you're sort of keeping an ear out, and occasionally just through, like, echoing through the tunnels from like the way that you came, you hear like the occasional like screech or like inhuman yelling or howling from outside, but they don't seem to have discovered the place that you've disappeared to so far. You seem to remain hidden, at least for now. Down the other end of the tunnel, you hear nothing. So, once you finish resting, what are you doing?
Well, I guess we're gonna need to plan how to find them. Anybody got any? Wait, are you? No, wait, can you find it? You don't have
Can I
any.
what?
You can't possibly find her, can you? Or Mark.
What
It's gonna be
spells do you have prepared?
Otherwise, Elizabeth. I don't.
Nothing that would be useful.
I think that's useful.
I have something that can, well, would allow me to see her even if she turned invisible, but aside from that,
I think you're short some spells, Arya.
Am I?
You have 6 prepared. Let me just check the thing.
yeah, you should probably have more than that.
Yeah.
Like, isn't
Because
it
usually
like
it's the
half?
level plus something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for rangers.
But rangers
it's
have like fuck all spells. Like,
Like-
welcome
yeah.
to my whole existence.
Yeah, but
Dude,
now you
you
can
should-
prep more of the fuck all spells.
Yeah, I think it should be for you if you're level 15. It should be 7 plus whiz.
That would be 8.
I'm looking it up now. Per list of range spells that are available for you to cast. You do so. Choose a number of ranger spells equal to your wisdom modifier plus half your ranger level rounded down.
Oh, run down.
So yeah, 7 plus wisdom.
So
You get more spells.
So 8. Yeah. So technically, you should have
8.
2 more spells. Because you don't have any of your 4th level spells prepared.
Hello.
Got 2
Welcome
more
to my life.
spells.
It's
I guess
fine.
I guess we could prep locate creature. Would that work for her?
Yes. Locate creature is excellent.
Okay.
And
Then I do have something.
Okay.
So now you can name a creature who's familiar to you, aka Ellyria Zorander. And if she's within 1,000 feet, it'll tell you where she is and where she's going.
Well, 1,000 feet though.
It's not
That's
much.
pretty good. That's
No.
pretty good, though.
Well,
we should maybe try to gauge how far away she is from
Yeah.
our current location first.
Yeah, you can use mundane tracking before you have to use spells, or at least attempt
Yeah.
mundane tracking.
yeah.
Go on then, mundane tracker.
Wow.
Don't call me mundane. I'll call you mundane.
Elizabeth,
Okay, I would like to mundanely track.
Okay, make me a survival check.
Could I also help out with that?
You can help and give her advantage. Yes.
Yay.
Is it worth doing it? I don't have awful survival. Is it
Uh,
worth it?
Arya has plus
To-
6, so
Yeah.
I have plus 4. So yeah, might as well help.
I mean, I rolled pretty well, so
Don't say that before you've rolled.
I've already rolled.
Oh, I
that's
don't.
not
We don't see it as rolled.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will show up eventually.
Oh, it's saying
Oh,
my
yeah.
connection to the server's interrupted.
Restart.
I was like, I've rolled. It's a 22. Wonder why no one was reacting to me.
Mhm.
22. Okay.
You're like, look at my amazing roll, and,
And everyone's
silence.
just like crickets.
Yeah. All I can see is there it is. Ah, very nice.
Oh
Mhm.
man.
Refresh your roll
So
20,
feeling
everyone.
22.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you, Maya.
Okay, so
Luka.
with a 22, so you proceed down this twisting path into the dark again, and sort of feeling your way through the walls, using your dark vision. You notice that, like, after a certain point, it splits into multiple, like, paths leading off. Some more organic looking, some looking like they have been brute forced in some way. As you look through, as you like peer around in the dark, however, you begin to notice like a series of streaks, like along one of the tunnel walls. That as you examine them are, with your tracker senses, unmistakably blood of some humanoid. And considering the state that Lithari left Ellyria in, it's not a stretch of the imagination to believe that it might be Illyria's.
Okay. Well, we'll just continue tracking, I guess.
Okay.
She can't have gotten too far if she's got wounds like that, then.
Let's hope.
She's to give some clarity, she's not like bleeding heavily, but it's obvious. It's like she's like temporarily like staunched a wound and like is like brushing it against something, and it's like the blood fading through like bandages or being wiped with hands as she's like navigating this tight tunnel. It's not like a trail of blood. It's the occasional like streak
Fair enough.
that only a seasoned tracker can pick up on.
She moved very quickly as a bat, if I recall correctly, correct?
No, she moved about running speed. It was the agility with which she moved in the tight tunnels that threw you.
Okay.
But she did move faster. She is like preternaturally fast because of she's a vampire.
Okay.
She was able to keep pace with you pretty much.
And you fast.
Yeah. Well, she was dashing. You were not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So who's fast now, huh?
Fair.
But yeah, you follow these blood streaks for some time. And eventually the tunnel ahead of you begins to open out. With those of you who don't have dark vision, it's more immediately obvious straight away than the others. It begins to get progressively lighter up ahead of you, until you come to a cavern that is lit by lanterns or torches, some sort of inorganic light.
Oh boy.
And as you look down, like, or as you come out of this thing, the cavern ahead of you sort of rolls away a little bit. And down in front of you, in the far distance, is a trail of basically like hewn stone that has been progressively worn over time by the passage of feet. Basically, it resembles like an underground footpath of some kind that is frequently travelled. And further beyond that, it falls away into like another slightly smaller canyon. And as you look on the other side of the canyon, there are unmistakably city buildings. Basically like carved into the face of the rock. Or like built out of the face of the rock. This is another part of the city like built into a canyon.
How far away is it?
Coming out of the cliff face, probably maybe 200 feet away from you. The edge, other edge of the cavern. The footpath maybe 150.
Is this a good point to use the spell?
Thinking.
Is it?
Probably.
Well-
I mean, she could have gone anywhere from here.
Well, how does the spell work precisely?
It
Just
is...
roll the description so we can all read it. Yeah.
Now I got it twice.
That's all right.
Oh well, whatever.
Okay, so it's a concentration spell. So we could. So even if we're not, even if it says, "Oh, go to the city," you know, like it's not just that.
Yeah.
'Cause we probably could
It'll
visit.
last up to an hour.
Okay.
Yes. I forgot it lasted up to an hour. That makes search area a lot bigger.
Okay, so you casting locate creature.
Yes.
So you begin concentrating on locate creature. The moment you do so, you become aware of Ellyria's presence.
Oh, nice.
She is on the very extent of your perceptive distance with this spell, but not away from you. Down.
Down.
So she, where you're standing right now, she is to your left and down by quite a bit.
So I'm guessing we have to take. Was it that footpath that went down?
The footpath does not go down. The footpath travels parallel, like along the same sort of level that you're currently on. But you have not explored. Like that, you're still stepping out into a cavern that then leads into the drop. So you've got like 150 foot of cavern in front of you.
And is it the same kind of? It's the same kind of canyon before, where it just drops into nothing, correct?
You are not close enough to see at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
But you
go
presume.
over there and check. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we need to find our way down anyway.
Are you proceeding over there stealthily, Lithari?
Oh, is this a solo mission? Sure. Yeah.
Well, you were the only person who exclaimed that you were going, so
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll
Okay.
go.
give me a
You're
stealth
gonna
check.
sneak like either you or Arya.
Or both.
We both have pretty great stealth.
Okay.
Damn it, you jinxed it.
Oh.
It's a 2. That's pretty impressive.
You jinxed it, Arya.
So you proceed forwards towards this footpath, and the closer you get, the further you get down, the closer you get towards this. You realize that the buildings that are built into the cliff face, some carved, some constructed, some like tentatively like built out on struts that look incredibly unstable. If you've seen Blighttown in Dark Souls, it basically looks a bit like that. Yeah, this thing goes up, because you've travelled quite a way down travelling through this tunnel. This thing goes up, like way up to the sky above you, where you can like very faintly see like the light above you, which is almost eclipsed by buildings overshadowing it. And as you look, as you can see more of what goes down into the canyon, the buildings continue down even further. Until you basically like sneak your way up to the road, and you can again, it begins to like disappear down into darkness. You don't get quite to the edge to look down to see if it disappears into nothing, because as you get up close to the path, you hear like a snuffling and snorting sound that sounds almost like I guess the best way to describe it would be a mix between like canine and bovine.
Don't like that.
But yeah, like you hear this like sniffing and snuffling sound, and you press yourself up against the wall, and the sniffing and snuffling comes to a halt, and you hear this dry, scratchy sounding voice say, "What is it, boy? What do you smell?"
How close am I to the canyon?
The path extends for like maybe 10-15 feet before it reaches the edge of the canyon.
I can't see. Is everyone? Can everyone else see this unfolding?
All they can see is you maybe 130 feet away, like pressed up against the wall. You and they can see one another very easily.
Okay. Oh, do I do? Problem is I could do something, but it wouldn't help anyone else. If I run to the canyon, this person will presumably see me, correct?
You have no idea where they are. You just heard them.
Could I try to figure out kind of where they are in relation to me?
Give me a perception check. Okay, so they are like the corner you flattened yourself up against. They are around the corner and like further down, maybe 30-40 feet away.
Okay. Could I try to stealth my way to the edge of the canyon and kind of like hang off of it? Stealth video game style?
You can certainly try.
This is going to end badly.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a stealth check with disadvantage.
All right. Roll 20.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So you you basically like waiting for the right moment. You sort of like peer around the corner to see where this individual is sort of located, and like as you sort of like peer around the corner, you see what looks like I guess actually in your time as a member of the Storm Guard, you probably have encountered gnolls before.
Yeah.
This like as you peer around the corner, he's facing away from you, like looking. Well, not quite facing away from you, but he's facing like out, like peering into the like around the area of the canyon that you're in. Is a gnoll, but he is like the fur on his like extremities, like his elbows and his shoulders, are like tattered and worn, and in places the flesh looks like diseased. And he's like peering out into the canyon, and at his feet is the most misshapen animal that you've ever sort of like seen be kept on a leash, because he's got it on this like leather thong. It looks like almost like a pit bull, if a pit bull had like a like a pig's face, basically, but still had the intimidating-looking teeth. And it's the thing snuffling the air. And he's sort of like looking out. You silently sort of like dash across and like hang off the edge. And he doesn't seem to notice your presence. The rest of you watch as Lithari sort of like peers around the corner, dashes out, and just like disappears over the edge.
Wait, like when she disappears, she went around the corner. You said, right?
No, she's just run out straight out across the path and disappeared into the canyon. At least that's what I assume your aim was.
Yeah.
See, the question now is, how do we interpret that?
I mean, Elizabeth probably winces a little bit and then hits the deck. Because, like, if it was all clear, then surely she would have said, told us in some. So clearly there's something there, which means we should be hiding.
Yeah, let's sort of hide behind the corner, like the path we came from.
Okay, yeah, you duck back into the corner. Lithari, as you hang on this edge, you hear the unmistakable sound of a beast urinating against the rock.
Lovely.
Oh.
And you hear like sort of the dry and scratchy voice of the gnoll again, just sort of goes, "Come on." And you hear footsteps moving away from you.
Okay. No stealth game ledge takedowns today.
Nope.
What is this, Assassin's Creed?
Not with a 5 and a 4 on a perception check.
You oh my god, I was gonna do the most Assassin's Creed thing in a moment if that went bad, but
I was thinking more Shadow of Mordor, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's probably more accurate, isn't it?
yeah.
But yeah, you are left hanging.
Literally.
But
I'll kind of pull myself up, I guess.
Okay. You pull yourself up. The path surrounding you is immediately clear, but as you look left and right, up and down the path, you can see in the distance the dancing light of what is presumably figures holding torches moving around in the distance. This place is actively being searched, it seems.
Okay. And how the group is like about 100 feet away from me?
Yeah, 130 give or take.
Okay, I'm gonna try and sneak back over to them.
Okay, yep. Stealth check still applies. You bustle your way back across.
Okay. All right. So it's I believe that they are looking for us. It is not the clearest path.
is it really safe to be out and about trying to track her down while we're actively being searched for?
I presume if we can get into that canyon, then it should be. But I don't suppose any of you have means of safely traversing it down on your own.
Oh, we do still have climbing kits, but I wouldn't consider them safe.
Arya, while you are having this conversation and concentrating on locate creature, Ellyria moves further down and moves beyond the range of your spell.
Shit.
Okay, I think... Okay, so I have a way of getting... possibly myself and someone else down. Because I could could use levitate, and then someone would have to like drag themselves down. But they'd be levitating in place, so. Oh, but I couldn't do both things at once.
Right.
So someone could potentially levitate down. Because provided they were levitating close enough to the cliff, they could drag themselves down the cliff. And I could potentially turn someone into something that can fly down.
Could you potentially turn somebody into something that could carry somebody else down?
That wouldn't be particularly subtle, though.
Well, we
Something-
might end up
something strong
in
enough
a-
would be.
What?
Yeah, something strong enough that would be quite obviously visible. You know, like a giant eagle.
Okay, well, like, here's the thing. Just fly as something small. Because don't even know if we go down the canyon that there will be an actual, like, pathway that we can follow.
But also, like, obviously, I can't fly someone else down there.
But like before you fly someone else, we need to know if we can actually go there. Wouldn't you agree?
No, yeah, I agree with that point.
So, like, until we know that part,
If she's 100 feet down and traveled that quickly,
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet down and traveled that quickly, we can only assume that there's something that she traveled straight down.
but there
Yeah,
might be a hidden pathway. One of these walls might be fake.
Well, she is.
Straight-
She did turn. She can turn into a bat. She probably did fly down.
Exactly. Could we get ourselves over there? This is more my ball game than your ball game, I will admit, but throw yourself and one other person off the edge, transform them into a larger flying creature, and have that one catch the other person. Avoid suspicion that way.
I suppose that would work. It's absolutely insane, but it would work. Possibly.
I feel like we're at the point where we're going to have to try similar maneuvers to our entry into a certain fortress, the ultimate fortress.
Yeah, of course. Well, I suppose yes, we could jump off the edge. I could turn into something big enough to catch someone, and we can fly or whatever.
Could you carry the two of them?
Could I carry two people?
Well,
Depends
I
which
don't
two.
know. Yeah.
Rob,
Yeah,
is there
think
anything I
could
can
carry-
summon?
I don't think I could carry Grim and someone. Grim's.
Oh
equipment-
yeah, could Arya summon
Is there
something?
anything big enough that I can summon that could carry us with that one spell?
Well, you can't. You can only summon wolves and dogs with your 7th level conjure animals, but you have conjure woodland beings, which may work.
fake creature of challenge rating 2 or lower.
Hmm.
Fake, powerful
Uh,
fake creature.
Let me hold on. Let me open the.
Because we could just have a
reference
whole
document.
fleet of them.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
5e tools. Let me just go and have a look up some
Yeah.
flying beasts.
No, Fae.
Well,
It's
no,
fake.
yeah,
They're fey.
I'm looking for my own spell.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a. Oh, that's a tiny.
Although I suppose I could technically do both. So
Yeah, the Fae aren't known for their size.
strength.
Or flying necessarily.
A lot of limiting factors here.
Useless.
Okay, yeah, that's way too high challenge rating.
So
What the fuck?
Arya, give me a nature check with advantage.
Oh,
My
I
nature
think I know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
17's pretty good.
So
I think I know where this is going.
yeah, in your knowledge, the primary strength of most Fey creatures is trickery and spellcasting. However, among the Fey, you know that there are pixies who love to be mischievous and cast spells. And I will tell you, as your DM, one of the spells that pixies have access to is Fly.
Oh my god.
Pixies are challenge rating one quarter.
Hell yes.
You can summon you can summon 8 of them.
8
Yeah.
pixies, bitch.
Meanwhile, you had that revelation. I had the revelation of what if I did something that has a climbing speed and I could potentially carry people down just climbing the wall down.
Just turn into a mole man.
So it's up to you guys. Also, I need to check whether it's concentration. It is concentration, so you will lose your locate creature if you conjure woodland beings.
Okay.
Could you cast it
So
again? Or
That would be her last.
I...
To cast conjure woodland beings would be her last spell slot because she's cast it once to do locate creature.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one other somewhat terrifying option.
wait,
Yeah.
You've considered the climbing creature, right?
wait, don't we have a broom of flying?
Nope,
No.
you
we
gave that
gave
back
that
to
to
V.
No. Fuck.
Well, so we also have access to Featherfall.
No, we don't.
If we tie a rope to the being,
No, we don't.
oh, you don't have.
I don't have
Why
it
do you
prepped.
never bring Featherfall? It's one of the best. It's always useful.
It's at times like this we miss V, who permanently had Featherfall prepped.
I know.
Yeah.
The amount of time I feel like this is
Because
I feel like this happens every adventure at least
spells.
twice.
This
I've
is
got
like the
so many-
7th time this has come up, and we've all
Yeah.
been like, why the fuck don't we keep Featherfall prepped?
Yeah.
But think about all the spells you have that didn't come up.
If you could, is there something that could climb that could carry 2 people?
Possibly. How much strength do I need to carry everyone? That's the real question.
I can take care of myself.
Okay. So how much strength do I need to carry Arya and Grim?
Well, Grim probably less than Arya.
Well,
Well,
with your
potentially the
gear,
same.
actually,
because-
you're lighter.
Yeah, Grim's got a lot of gear. Grim's obviously wearing full armor
Hmm.
and has a lot of weapons and a shield.
Well, a lot of the weapons most of the weapons are in a pouch, so
Also, it
don't
would involve
actually-
turning into a giant spider. So anyone who didn't like spiders would.
So while you're having this discussion, everybody with a passive perception above 15, a patrol is beginning to pass by the mouth of the cave ahead of you, and you can hear them talking.
Okay, yeah. Elizabeth immediately upon hearing this would shush everyone, start pushing everyone back around the corner.
Well, you're already in
Oh
the
yeah, we're already
thing
around the corner, but she'd start shushing everyone.
because you can't see them, but you can hear them.
Yeah, she'd immediately start shushing everyone. Just go, there's someone outside. Well, lots of people.
Do they sound close enough that if we moved now, we could sneak past them, or is it like a they're right there situation?
As in they are they're in the vicinity of the front of the cave, so if you were to come out, they would see you.
Okay.
That is a natural one. Amazing.
Oh! Get fucked, bitch!
So
Fine.
you hear you hear a number of voices sort of conversing in oh god, what language would they converse in? What shared language would they all have? Ooh. They would still converse in common because it is their only shared language. So all of you can understand this. The two groups. Well, there appear to be two groups that are milling around outside your position, and they are having a disagreement. One group is saying, "We heard the alarm go off. We search for them up here. No, we should be looking in the lower levels. They're going to make a run for it, and they're not on the surface." The two groups are basically standing in front of your cave, bickering about where they should be searching.
I'm gonna whisper to whomever's if whomever's next to me, whether it's Arya or Lithari. Could you check how many?
I can check.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Give me a stealth check. With advantage, because you're technically in the dark and don't think these have dark vision. Or at least not enough dark
that really
vision.
sucks.
Okay.
Plus 10.
Yeah, same.
Well, it's not on that one.
Okay. So you peer out around the corner, and there are what's the best way to do it? Yeah. Okay. So standing out in the open is you can see, yes, there are now two groups. They are literally standing opposite each other having a conversation. One group is a one group is their leader appears to be a particularly scarred looking orc who is fairly immediately obviously a some form of undead, as literally the left half of his torso, basically starting at his neck and ending at his hip, is basically just skeletal. And he in his skeletal hand, which appears to be magically animated because there's nothing holding the actual bones together. He is holding up a torch, and in the other hand he's got a massive rusty-looking cleaver extended over one shoulder. And behind him are a number of I guess, to be more precise, there are three ghouls standing behind him. The other dude appears to be again sort of a half skeletal figure, or at least mostly skeletal from what you can see, because he's wearing a big furred robe over literally bones, and he has on top of his skull there is massively a massive gemstone basically socketed into the top of his skull. And behind him are several regular skeletons who are all holding torches. And as they are bickering and having this conversation, the orc sort of turns his head slightly, and you can see that he is he's blind in one eye, but the on his good eye he basically has almost like a tinkerer's eyepiece strapped over his one good eye. And he holds up the torch and says, "Hey, wait! I thought I saw something." And you snap your head back in as they begin to approach the back of the cave where the four of you are lurking.
How far away were they?
They were back down by the path.
Okay.
Wait, so like
Directly in between us, were they off to the side a little bit, or directly like in terms of a straight line from us to the canyon? Where are they relative to that?
Between you and the canyon, basically. They'd stopped in the mouth, like they were stopped in the mouth of the cave, like sort of like conducting a small like search as they were bickering.
Yeah. All right. I look to everyone. I say, I'm gonna go cause a distraction and lead them away. You all get to the canyon.
Elizabeth's gonna like grab hold of your arms, like, no, we're not leaving you behind.
You're not leaving.
Run off again.
I'm not. And Lithari is going to put on the mask and dart out of the canyon.
Please.
I want to run 60 feet, or as far as I can, to the left of where we are right now.
Okay. So you're basically like sprinting down the left-hand side of this cave.
Down the I want to run like towards the pathway, the footpath, but like to the at an angle. It's like I'm not running directly towards the canyon.
So as you sprint, give me a perception check. Okay.
Oh, it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, you basically like sprint at high speed, with the mask on and like the armor up and your clothing covering you. It's almost hard to tell that you're an elf. They spot you as you're sprinting, and I guess their reaction is one of them is going to sprint towards you and attempt to tackle you. Well, the orc is going to sprint towards you and attempt to tackle you. The ghouls are going to follow behind him, but they can't run quite as fast as he can. And the skeletal figure with the gemstone in his forehead is going to start casting a spell.
Can I do something? Presuming that like I didn't, because I wasn't running, like I wasn't dashing, rather.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I want to pop my ever-smoking bottle.
Okay. So you that happens instantly, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then the spell will not go off because he can't see you anymore. And the rest of them are gonna. Well, the orc is going to attempt to tackle you with disadvantage, and the ghouls can't make it, so the ghouls just sort of stop in the smoke. Okay. That is a 9 to hit.
No, that does not.
I didn't think it would. Okay, so through the smoke, basically like this big green-skinned orc just sort of like lunges at you with his non-skeletal arm, seemingly having returned the cleaver to its sling on his back. He makes a swing at you and misses completely. As you run through the smoke, though, he seems to be able to track you through it. So he is not impeded by the smoke. He is aware of your presence.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing? In fact, actually, let's resolve this in initiative because it will be important.
I thought that was going to go better than it did. Sorry for fucking it up again.
It's fine. Well, at least you're a woman of action.
Okay, let us clear the previous turn order.
Although, I won't admit, like, my plan was slightly different. Because there was only like 5 of them.
Yeah, my plan was almost the exact opposite of that.
Okay. Everyone roll
My
into
plan
the
was
initiative
literally
order.
go further back into the cave, and if they dare to follow us, we can just spring an ambush. But okay, this works too. Rolling initiative. Let's do this.
Oh yeah. And I forget I always get advantage on initiative, and it's so good. Oh.
I need to actually pull out some stat sheets for these guys.
Oh, Arya. That's not a great one, huh?
Hello. It's not good.
It's not a 1,
It's not a 1.
but it's like as good as it gets.
That is indeed as good as it gets.
Man, one day things will work out for Arya.
Today is not that day.
Oh wait, that's because I'm using the wrong thing.
We really need to figure out the thing again. We need more magical princess bows.
That would be lovely.
It certainly would.
Okay. These tokens are not going to be fantastically representative of the characters because I'm literally having to pull them out of my ass. So we'll see how this goes.
Sorry.
It's fine. Well, I think if we had been more decisive, things would have worked out better. Like before they showed up.
Oops.
Us, decisive.
Less
Yeah,
likely than
you've
you'd
vastly
think.
overestimate us there, Grim.
Okay. 3 ghouls and a handful of skeletons. Initiative. And I think, yeah, I'll have the minions go on their respective initiatives of their owners. Okay, so Lithari.
This guy can see me.
He appears to be able to see you, yes.
And I assume he looks fairly sturdy.
Yeah. I mean, he
probably looks fairly sturdy for a mostly rotting orc corpse.
Yeah, like he doesn't look like. I mean, you've encountered orcs before. You know they're fairly burly and bestial, but this guy doesn't seem like the most burly orc you've ever encountered.
Okay. Yeah, I can afford to. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him twice with the sword.
Okay, so you pull the sword off your back, turn around, and take 2 swings at him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those both hit.
Good.
Also, guys, forget the spider plan. No spider is smart enough.
Okay.
Well, I think at this point,
Polymorph gives me their mental stats as well. So I'd probably, if I turned into a spider, I'd be too dumb to remember what I was supposed to be doing.
That's not strictly how it works, but yes. Yeah, okay, so you lay into him twice and land like 2 good swings, and he is caught significantly off guard by your swings. He actually looks pretty badly beat from your attacks.
Okay, I'll punch him.
Okay. Hit. Still standing, but very rough.
Alright, I'll flurry of blows.
Okay. How many key points do you get back on a long rest? On a short rest, rather?
All of them. All of them.
Well, oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I get everything back except for my sword charge.
Oh yes.
I also don't have any arrows because I lost all my arrows.
Hit. Okay. Yeah, you in 2 swift sword swings and flurry of punches, this guy goes down like a sack of bricks.
Nice.
Okay, then I am going to use my movement to run just to the edge of the smoke cloud, towards the canyon.
Okay. So you're just stood in the smoke cloud, standing on the edge of the canyon. Cool. Grim. This carnage has just kicked off, and there is like the thick smoke is beginning to coil up into the corridor where you're hiding.
I assume we can't really see anything that's going on, so all the battle is.
You can see
like...
nothing. All you hear is just like some frenzied yelling from the individuals who are like running after Lithari. The smoke cloud fills. You hear like the sound of metal hitting flesh, and then something falling to the ground.
Okay, well, I guess Big Bird time.
Big Bird time. This reminds me of like Big Bird, you know, like the yellow bird.
Yeah.
Operation Big Bird.
This is fine. Like, let's get to the edge and get this going.
Honestly, the amount of times I've turned into an animal, I might as well multi-class into druid.
Well, like you would need. That's fine. You need like 11 levels anyway to do the same thing,
Yeah,
or like 9 or something. That's a lot.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna just walk to. Oh no, actually. Oh, I guess it's too late. I start walking to where the ledge is.
Okay.
Kind of hoping that I'll find Elizabeth somehow.
Okay. So, how big is the smoke cloud from Ever Smoking Bottle?
120 feet across.
Okay. So, Grim, you run out into a smoke cloud, and you have no idea if you're going in the right direction, but you hope to God you're running in the right direction. You encounter nothing.
Well, like I'm not gonna dash because I kind of still know that there is like a ledge of doom.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Well, isn't the ledge like over 100 feet away, or how? Am I
Oh.
vastly
I mean, yeah, the ledge was
misunderestimating?
like hundreds of feet.
Yeah,
like,
the
100 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood some bit of it. Okay. I thought there was like a corner, but there was still like a ledge along. Okay, it's fine.
Elizabeth.
Um,
Oh wait, sorry. Actually, before that, the ghouls continue to pursue. Or the ghouls run into the smoke cloud, but nobody can see this happen. Then it's your go.
Cool. So I guess what Elizabeth does is head out into the smoke cloud and. Oh god, does she want to go ahead with this plan? Oh fuck it, Grim's apparently going on with the plan, and Grim's the boss. She's gonna she's gonna get out of the tiny little tunnel that they're presumably in.
Yep.
Into the more open, and turn into a giant eagle.
Okay, you run out into a smoke cloud. You can see nothing. You transform into a giant eagle. Yeah.
And well, I guess her first thought would be get to a place where I can actually see.
Yeah. Okay. So you just run
Fly
through.
upwards.
There's not enough space.
It's not quite that tall of a cave.
Yeah. You until you get further out, you can't actually take off.
Okay.
But yeah.
In
You,
that case, giant eagles are very slow.
okay. You just sort of waddle out.
Yeah.
Waddle
Giant
waddle.
eagle waddles to try and get to more.
What is the movement?
10 feet.
10 feet. Oof, okay.
Yikes.
Well, I assume you ran 30 feet out and then transformed. So.
Yeah. probably.
Arya. Your companions run into the smoke cloud.
Great, cool, love that for me. Guess I'm running after.
Okay.
I did say big bird time, so if that helps you.
Okay, so you have 30 feet of movement, right? Without Lyra?
Yes.
So you move 30 feet out into the smoke cloud. You almost trip over Grim, but manage to like dodge around him. Yeah, you're now. Oh, actually, you have to duck under a giant bird first, and then run past Grim. Yeah, you could still see nothing. Do you keep going?
I guess.
Okay, you run another 30 feet. You can still see nothing, but the smoke cloud is beginning to thin.
Actually, it doesn't start. It actually expands until I use an action to stop. To cork the bottle.
Oh my god.
Well, like,
But it's only been one round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but it doesn't thin. It only gets bigger until it doubles in size.
Yeah, it doesn't thin out.
Sorry, my describing it getting thin is me saying you're getting to the end of where the smoke cloud is currently.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, true.
Yes, that was a thematic description.
Yeah, my bad.
So you hear the slightly more shrilly pitched voice that, weirdly, despite the fact that you're in a cave, doesn't seem to echo. Almost as if it's a magically projected voice from a skull. You hear, fan out, stop them!
What a voice.
Hang on a second, is that Papyrus?
No. I was going more for Skeletor, but...
Well, Papyrus is a skeleton. Papyrus is a skeleton, so... Still works.
Spread out and stop them! Find He-Man!
Oh, Skeletor.
Yes.
I thought you did
And...
Skeletor.
You hear, those of you who know how to cast spells, hear some arcane words being chanted.
I can't do shit 'cause I'm a giant eagle.
Lithari.
I'm going to.
How far does the bottle expand on your turn?
It's not really. It's like per minute it expands. So
Oh,
it's
right, okay.
Basically, for the effect of this, it's the same. But I am going to run towards the edge of the cliff and jump off.
Okay, so you run towards the edge of the cliff, and... which one is it? This one. Ranged spell attack against the target. That does not work.
Yeah, and it's also showing it to us.
Hmm?
It's also showing it to us.
Oh, it is, yeah.
well,
But it doesn't work
yeah.
anyway, so... what did I just read? +7, okay. Uh, 25 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, you take 13 poison damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Nope.
Okay, you are poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Okay, well, I'm jumping off the edge of a cliff, so hopefully that doesn't matter.
Hopefully not.
Okay, so basically, because of the instructions the Necromancer just gave, the skeletons have spread out, and you're basically going to have to run between them, and they will try and swing at you if you do so.
Yeah, sure.
You don't have your ability to... Oh no, it's only if you make a melee attack against them that you can ignore attack of opportunity, right?
Yes. If they can see me enough to make attacks against me, could I make an attack against them as I run past?
Yes, you can.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Is it disadvantage because of this? No. Wait, okay, no.
Depends what you're doing with the smoking bottle.
Um.
Because if you're still holding it and running with it, it's gonna like leave a trail behind you, and I'll say you're like partially in it.
It takes my action to cork it, so I'm not gonna cork it.
Okay. So yeah, these attacks both on you and against them will be at disadvantage.
That's fine. I'm just gonna punch them.
Okay. Ooh, that does not hit.
Oh boy.
So you swing at this the first skeleton, who just like sort of leans backwards as it's bringing its sword in.
Okay.
Actually, I guess it would probably be trying to hit you with a torch, actually, because it hasn't drawn a weapon.
They're pulling a Grim.
Okay, then I'm gonna run past that one to the next one.
Okay, so it takes a swing with the torch.
Wait, it doesn't, because I tried to attack it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So nothing happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch the second one.
Okay.
That hits.
That does hit, yes. Cool. You punch the head clean off a skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Congrats, you just did 26 damage.
Okay, yeah. There's 2 more, right? Presumably.
Not between you and the edge, because they've basically formed a perimeter around your smoke cloud as best they can. But they can't move very far, so they haven't completely covered you. So it's just 2 you run past.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna jump off the edge.
Okay, you leap, and you feel your stomach drop out as you literally just plummet towards darkness.
Have fun.
Okay.
Lithari is a bad influence.
This is fine.
You are. Oh no, you're still poisoned because it was a reaction for his thing. So.
Oh yeah, so
you'll be poisoned at the. Yeah. Actually, yeah, it's not going to matter, so I'll take it off you because you're not going to hit the ground before the poison matters.
That's a bad thing, probably.
No, it's a good thing because of slow fall. Grim.
Well, I guess we're just still making my way to the edge. Although, like, considering I misunderstood how far away the edge was, I will be making my
Yeah, you watch Arya sprint past you, and you're like, "Oh, okay then."
I will sprint like as well, because if we're like that far away from the edge, then there's no reason not to sprint.
Okay. So your sprint is 50 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you break out. Actually, no, you wouldn't break out of the smoke. You reach the edge of the smoke where it's beginning to thin, and you hear the slavering of 3 ghouls looking for you.
Oh no.
I will say if you. Oh no, if you sprinted, so you can't make an attack against them. So yeah. But they will spend their turn looking for you. No. 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 Okay.
They're too short. They're looking for elves.
So.
Yeah, their eyes are too high. They don't know it's a gnome.
Wow.
Arya and Grim, the ghouls, like sort of like you see the shapes and like they hear the slavering like run as they run past you. They completely like miss you entirely. Elizabeth.
How far out do I have to be able to fly even a little bit?
I would say you can get up to your flying speed if you sprint this turn, and then you can go to flying speed the next turn.
Because I kind of, but I want to be able to fly past these 2 and pick them up.
They're still a significant distance ahead of you, even if you sprint at the start of this turn.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, true.
Because your sprint speed is currently 20 feet.
Yeah. So okay, so I sprint the 20 feet and then I can fly next turn.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Arya.
Well, I guess I'll sprint with the others.
Okay.
I like how disappointed you are in us. Wow.
So, Arya, you sprint out of the
Oh,
fog
no.
cloud. As you arrive outside the fog cloud, two skeletons wielding torches turn towards you and begin to lumber towards you, as well as the skull-headed necromancer who points at you and says, "Get that one!"
Lovely.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
seeing that his Ray of Sickness was basically useless, he's going to try Ray of Enfeeblement instead.
Oh. I just went to like try and give you a weakness against Skeletor, but I'm thinking of the wrong like. really overtly
Doesn't
made looking
18 hit you?
Superhero.
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay. Okay. So you feel a black beam like shoots out and hit you, and you feel your muscles become weak. So functionally, what this does is you deal half damage with weapon attacks that use strength.
Jokes on you, Arya.
Yeah.
Already people.
Dexterity, bitch!
Yeah.
This is fine.
But he didn't know that because he's an idiot.
No.
He did not know that because he doesn't know my life.
Well, it's just like
Yeah,
Arya
but
just looks so buff.
But yeah, he's literally just firing random spells out of like whatever's emerging from this cloud.
He's clearly panicking.
The two skeletons closest will run up and take swings at you, though. 19 and a 12.
The 19 hits.
You took 5 damage, maximum damage, from the
wow,
torch hitting
5 whole damage. Oh my god, how will I ever recover?
I don't know.
you.
We
Hey,
could have
say
just
that
got
now.
these guys. Like we could have just
Yeah,
like
but-
sneak attack killed them all.
See, that was kind of
Yeah,
why
then
I wanted
you
to know
ran
how
off and
many
jumped
there
off a
were.
cliff.
But I feel like after you went for the distraction, I felt like we should just lean into the distraction.
Yeah.
We could have taken them, but then you
Yeah.
ran off and jumped off a cliff. So
Okay, I was a little bit worried, given the descriptions of them, that they were going to be a little bit tougher. But
Lithari, what is your fall speed with slow fall?
I just fall. It's the damage that's only negated. I
Oh,
believe.
okay. Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Doesn't change the speed at which you fall. In that case, you fall 60 feet.
Yep.
You are still falling.
okay.
like I don't want to be that guy, but isn't there a limit to how much it reduces?
Yep.
Good to know.
Grim. You are still in the
Um,
smoke cloud?
God, sorry.
Well, see, I feel like there was a mild misunderstanding between us, but it's fine. We'll make it work. I hope. Let's keep on running.
You break out the smoke cloud to see two skeletons swinging torches at Arya and a necromancer like putting his hand down after casting a spell.
Ouch. That's going to be a painful drop.
Well, you better hope you only fall another 30 feet next turn.
But yeah, like I guess I guess there's nothing left for me to do. I was just because I assume I had to sprint again to make it anywhere near the edge.
Yeah, well, you basically like break out and you're at the same like just slightly behind Arya.
Okay.
The ghouls. Unfortunately, all save one find a big bird.
For fuck's sake.
And wait, no, ghoul. They will swing with claws. 8 and a 16.
Only one of those hits.
You take 9 slashing damage. Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 9 slashing damage, and you are paralyzed.
Yep.
No.
Elizabeth, it's your turn. You are paralyzed. Constitution saving throw, please.
Yep.
We made a whole mess out of this.
Okay, so
Well-
you are unparalyzed now.
I think
Yeah,
the
yeah,
misunderstanding
yeah,
was the bird made this a lot more awkward, because otherwise we'd have been able to fly like a turn ago.
Arya.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll slash at these skeletons next to me.
Okay.
I don't get 2 attacks because Lyra's not here, do
How
I?
much
Nope, you only get one.
slashing damage did I take again?
9.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna...
Cool. Yeah, you cleave through a skeleton.
Oh, wait, that was a scimitar. Whoops. That should have been Frostbrand.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
you kill the skeleton. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's already dead.
Frostbrand just
It's-
hurts more.
It's a skeleton.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay, one of the skeletons will swing a torch at you, as will one at Grim. 21 to hit you, 7 to hit Grim.
Oh, miss.
Wow, Arya take 3 bludgeoning damage from the torch hitting you. Well, technically it's like 3 fire damage, but...
Yeah, 3 fire damage.
And the Necromancer, seeing more of you, is going to be slightly more concerned about things. And yeah, he will cast Cloud Kill. So a massive cloud of noxious gas appears on top of Arya and Grim. Time on a turn, or starts its turn there. Okay. So nothing happens just yet, but it will happen on your turns. Lithari, you fall for 60 feet.
Great. Can I get any sense of how close the bottom is?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, I also, on my last turn, I would have used an action to cork the bottle as
Okay.
I fell.
Make a perception check. It's still a hell of a way down. Your dark vision has not... Because what's your dark vision range? 60 feet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you still can't see the bottom.
Alright, this is fine.
So you fall 120 currently.
I kind of thought this was going to happen, but man, it feels bad having it actually happen.
The
Feels real bad, man.
ghouls will take 2 more swings at the giant bird. 5 and a 12.
Neither of those hit.
Neither of those hit. Okay. And the one that's still in the fog looking still fails to find anyone.
Good.
Oh wait, sorry, I skipped Grim's turn. Grim, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh.
Something just fell over in my room and I have no idea what it was.
Save.
Oh, it's my poster. Okay, you succeed. You take half of this. 10 poison damage.
10 points. Ouch. Man, like, I already feel like we made so many bad decisions there.
Okay, so in front of you, one skeleton, slightly further beyond Necromancer.
I honestly, I just assume the skeleton is incompetent, and I think I can run up to the Necromancer, can I?
Yep. So you're running past the skeleton.
Although, yeah, like, just
He
do
swings.
your worst.
10.
That is bad for
Just-
him.
Clunks off your armor. You make it to the Necromancer.
I just need to remember, lighting my sword is a bonus action, so I can actually do that, right?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Just double checking. So, guess I pull it out, and we might as well just kill him now.
Okay. Swing, ignite.
Yes, normal attack.
That he does not have mage armor, so that hits.
Good.
Okay. First hit.
Okay.
Second hit.
And the last one. Alright, that's a hit, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So you wail into him with 3 heavy swings. You cut through robes and find no flesh, but leave scours on bone.
I will. Oh no, never mind. I used my bonus action already. That's fine. Kind of hope you die, to be honest.
Yeah. He is not looking
Oh
fantastic.
wait, I can actually. I completely forgot. I can just use my the one thing that will always work. Well, I say always. Scare him.
Okay. You're going to attempt to fear him. So he takes 6 additional damage. And he must make a wisdom saving throw. Oh wait, that is not rolled with advantage, so that is a 15.
Well,
you watch as his jaw just drops, like quite literally, just ha.
Does it drop off?
It does not drop off. No.
Damn it.
oh, good. Well, I feel
So
like it's
yeah,
this-
then the
that's
ghouls
all.
acted, and now it's Elizabeth's turn.
Yes. The giant bird would like to disengage and fly the 80 feet towards him.
Okay. Yeah, so you emerge from the cloud. Unfortunately, you then run straight into a cloud kill, so I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cloud kill's not concentration, is it?
Woohoo.
Cloud kill is not concentration, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is.
Oh, okay. Because,
So he actually needs to make wisdom saving
it's-
throws.
free
Con saving
con
throws.
saving
throws.
15. What was your damage the first time?
I
they're all
just need to beat a 10.
they're all sub
every
10, so
time.
that's 15. 6. So you do
Ah.
not run straight into a cloud kill. You are lucky.
Ah, good.
Woohoo! Good, because the cloud kill might have killed the giant bird.
It may well have done. Yes.
Fun fact:
Oh.
the previous roll, if I failed, would have killed the giant bird.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm worried about. We're flying around
Giant
in
bird
a giant
currently
bird.
has 17 health.
Okay, so giant bird, are you grabbing Arya and Grim as you go?
If I get close enough, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, you move 80 feet, so yes, you can.
Okay.
So
It's just they've moved a lot since I've moved. and
30
I've
plus
barely moved.
50 plus 8. So, well, they are beyond the smoke cloud, so they are like 40 feet from the edge, but you can move out, grab both of them, and still make it to the edge of the cliff, so you will be diving next turn.
Yeah, that works.
I assume Arya and Grim, you are willing to be picked up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Arya, you are snatched away. You watch as the necromancer and the skeletons turn towards you. How are you reacting?
Also, it's probably a good idea to know how heavy Arya is, like with all her equipment. and
Normally
stuff.
like 120 without armor, so I'd be a little bit heavier than that.
Well, you are 120 plus 53.
Okay. Then how heavy is Lithari?
I have 130 written down with a question mark next to it.
Wait, is that
So-
your? That's your. That's without your gear, I guess.
That's without the gear.
So
With
it's
my gear, I'm carrying probably like 40 pounds worth of stuff. So
I could totally
Uh,
carry all 3 of you.
It should
Eh.
tell you if you look at the where is it? Historic party members, Lithari. In your inventory, you are carrying 41.
Yeah, but I don't have weights for a lot of the stuff. I assume I'm mostly being weighed down by all the black steel stuff that I just picked up.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So that's probably more like 55.
I also realized I forgot to add my body weight to my weight.
I thought that was your body weight, and oh my god.
No, I'm 170 total, but I have an
Right, okay.
idea.
So you're 170 total. Arya's total is.
Arya is 160. 163.
But I think, regardless of what it's like, you're probably going to try it, aren't you?
Well, technically, you can still carry all three of them. You'll just be overburdened and therefore
Yeah.
slower.
Yeah. If Lithari weighed 147 or less pounds, then I could carry all three easily.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I can
Unfortunately, Grim is heavier than that, apparently.
actually reduce my weight by about
Oh yeah, you can.
I can go to 1/8 of my weight.
Oh my god, you can.
I can be tiny Grim.
Oh my god, you should do that. Then I can easily carry all three of you. It'll
Tiny
be
Grim.
fine.
What 1 foot tall Grim?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, baby Grim.
I know, hey, I'll be 1'6", thank you very much.
So Arya, are you doing anything as they turn towards you? Because they might still try and shoot you out of the air.
Oof.
Arya?
Arya.
Yes?
Are you doing
Sorry.
anything? Because as you're flying away, the Necromancer is turning back towards you, and they may still try and
Yeah,
shoot
I
you out
guess
the
I'll
air.
shoot him.
Okay. Just shoot. Okay.
See, this is kind of like flying, like getting on the Griffin, right?
Nah.
He is still up as the arrow pierces through his clothing.
That's a sad damage roll.
He is going to take a pot shot at the bird.
Shock horror.
Wait, isn't if he's no frightened? It's just that he's frightened, right?
Yeah, he can't voluntarily move towards you. That's all he can't do.
Ah, okay. And he doesn't he also have disadvantage whilst I'm in his sight or something?
I
Yes.
believe so.
Yes. He has disadvantage on
is-
ability checks and attack rolls while the source of his fear is within line of sight, and he can't willingly move closer to the source of his fear.
Okay, so this will be an attack roll with disadvantage.
Thank you, Grim.
Oh, well, that's if the spell he uses actually has an attack roll.
Well, in that case, there was nothing I could have done anyway, so...
Well, hang on. Maths. He can't use that because he's not in range. He could technically still cast that.
Now is a pertinent time to remind you two that the Giant Eagle has 17 health left.
Yep.
Oh, 17 left. Oh, that's better than I thought.
Yeah, I took 9, and I've got 26 max.
So that's useless. That's useless. That's useless. Yeah, he would. He's got one spell slot left. He would just cast Cloud Kill again, because it's the only thing he's got that can reach. So, and yeah, just need a con saving throw from the bird.
Yeah, the bird's been doing so well on those. Oh, fuck you.
Natural 20. Okay, you
Yes.
take half of this.
Nice.
Well, let's not
Oh,
celebrate
no.
too early.
Okay. 5d8. Half of 14. The bird lives.
10 health. Bird has
Oh, that is hairy.
Wait, no, half of 14/7, right? So it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's why I said the bird
Lives
the bird
on 10
lives
health.
10 health.
Yeah.
To be fair, actually, even if I hadn't passed the save with that low damage, I still would
Okay.
have lived.
Lithari, you fall for another 60 feet. You still cannot see the bottom.
Great.
So you have now fallen 180.
Yes.
We'll skip Grim to Elizabeth. Oh wait,
Is there
unless
anything-
Grim, are you reducing your weight? Do you want to reduce your weight?
I won't do that until I think we're in trouble. Basically, if I
Okay.
think the birds can't hold it, I'll do it. But otherwise, I don't see any reason to.
Yeah.
Elizabeth?
Bird is gonna dash 160 feet straight
160
down
feet,
and try
okay.
to get and my goal is to get under Lithari so Lithari lands on my back
Okay.
because I've already got these two in my talons.
I need to do some maths.
She's fallen 180.
Yeah, she's fallen 180, so...
So I'm still 20 feet. above her.
Arya, nothing to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hanging
Lithari,
in the cloth,
you
so-
fall 60 feet. You still cannot see the bottom.
Can I attempt to fall faster?
No,
Can I
that's,
just, like, fucking-
that's not how physics works.
But like, can I make myself like do the thing where instead of like spread like the skydiving thing, where instead of spread out, I'm like
you
a
want to be
fucking
more aerodynamic.
Yeah,
Okay.
Why?
I don't know, because it's taking too long.
Um,
God.
so I will say you can attempt that, and it will affect you next turn.
Oh, I think
Okay.
I know what's happening. That's fine.
What's happening?
So,
You'll see.
Bird, you sprint again.
Yeah, when I get under.
So 160. Yeah, you can literally scoop Lithari as you go under her.
Yes, please.
Lithari, you're about to sort of like start skydiving, and the eagle just goes and picks you up,
That's
and
the
continues
giant
going.
bird.
You are now at half
Not bad,
speed
that's
because
good.
you are over encumbered.
Yep.
But I presume you keep flying downwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go down about 400 feet before the people with dark vision can see the bottom.
Fun fact: that does not include the bird.
Yeah, so you keep plummeting, and eventually,
It relies on sight, though.
so I will say you're not in any danger of hitting the bottom, because as you get towards the bottom of the canyon is actually, it's almost like looking at the surface of a mirror at first, until you realize that it is literally just like a line of stagnant surface water that is reflecting like you as you come down. And you are able to skim across the surface. You have basically traveled down in total like 550 feet, pretty much.
Wow, what a drop.
So it was a good job you picked Lithari up, because
Yep.
that's a lot of dice.
But I
Yep.
think
Well,
Lithari
it's-
has another trick.
Look, the max I did the math, and the max damage I could have taken would have been, whatever 120 minus 55 is, so 75 damage, which wouldn't have killed me.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna like. I thought you had your gaseous form back, so you're just gonna go gaseous form before the end and just whoosh.
See,
Well, I was gonna do that, but
that rule does apply, except for the GM fiat where you basically say,
yeah,
you've fallen too far. Damage soak is not a thing.
yeah, I figured, but yeah, I was gonna just gaseous form before
Yeah.
I hit the ground.
But yeah, you
Well-
are saved by a bird, so it does not matter.
Now that we're down here, is there any kind of ledge?
So let us cease the combat music.
When Elizabeth catches Lithari, she just kind of like quietly mutters to herself, she's like, "Oh, well, that was slightly disappointing."
Does she say
Danger,
that, does she say
Grandma.
that- Does she say that in common?
Probably in Elmish.
Because I'm trying to. Hang on, let me check polymorph. Do I still know my languages?
Yeah, you still keep all intellect stats, don't you?
No.
Oh no,
I
not in
lose my
polymorph.
mental
No,
ability
so you
scores.
don't. You don't gain any. You don't have any class abilities, so you technically only speak Eagle.
No, I know. I
Peak
understand
eagle.
common and Oran. I just
Oh.
can't speak them.
Yeah. So you understand common and Oran, so you do not understand.
No.
But yeah, you swoop to a halt across the surface of this water, and oh, that's a point. Arya, make me a concentration check real quick. So just a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You are still concentrating on. Well, what's it called?
Okay, creature.
Okay, creature. So, like as you swoop down into this cavern, basically, like you see in the distance with your dark vision, there is a plateau of land in the near distance. Your sense of Ellyria is that direction down a few hundred feet more.
Okay. I'll tell the others. That's where I think she is.
Then I will fly over to that ledge and put
Okay.
everyone down.
As you drop everyone off on the ledge, from like echoing from above you, like down the chasm, you hear the boom, boom of the warning bell again. You did not escape unnoticed.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Yeah.
will, yeah, obviously. But yeah, I will drop concentration then.
Okay.
And Elizabeth will look to Lithari, slightly scared, just go, please never do that again.
Wait, don't we still have to drop a couple hundred more feet?
yeah.
But you're sitting. Basically, there is like a surface water, like thin lake here. You are at the bottom of the chasm. You go across to a small, like, not quite island because it's up against the wall of the cavern that this lake is in.
Oh, wait, so we have to dive down, is what you're saying?
You have to go down, but if you look into the water, looking down at eye level, the water is very murky, but it doesn't appear to go down more than a few feet. It is literally just stagnant surface water.
Okay.
And this island is just like, well, it's just a thing that pokes out. It's not like a thing that's poking out because there's a cave.
Yeah, okay. I think Lithari would turn back to Elizabeth and say, you didn't get to the cliff in time?
It took a while.
Well, yeah, I got paralyzed by a ghoul.
Did they see you? Or I presume not, since there's the bells.
They absolutely saw us.
Well, that's a shame.
Even if they didn't see us, they clearly saw you.
Well, they didn't see, to be fair, they didn't see me jump off. I don't think.
Well, they weren't actually in the smoke when we got out, like on the other side of the smoke.
But the smoke trail went off the cliff. Lithari was in the smoke. And everybody else
yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah, they would have seen the smoke trail. But, well, they've got some catching up to do.
Yes. Oh, well,
Where do we go from here, though?
excellent question.
Because yeah, this like island is just an island. It's not like a cave.
Well, give me a perception check. Well, you'd have to make it a disadvantage unless you have light.
Oh yeah, I'd cast light on my dagger.
Okay, you cast light. Hold it up. Make me a perception check.
For God's sake.
Okay. So looking around, further back, there is what looks like a hewn stone staircase that is going back up. In the direction you came from. That seems to be like hewn into the rock of the place itself. You don't see anything else though. Everybody else make me a perception check.
Oh, not bad.
Okay.
Oh, much
Oh,
better.
Oh, thank you.
I got you,
My-
fam.
My poor +8.
Okay.
Grim.
Oh, come in.
It's not the 0.
Yeah.
Baby.
It's not 0, but it's also not good.
No, it's an unnatural one.
All Grim can see is the rock underneath him as he like steadies his knees and is just like, "Oh God, never do that again! Never do that again."
Yeah, because Grim already hates
Oh,
flying.
yeah.
Now
Grim-
he's just
Grim
been
hates
picked up
flying.
by a
Yeah.
he's picked up by an eagle, and they've dropped several hundred feet straight into the chasm.
Sounds like a fun day.
Well, I don't know how bad dropping is.
Yeah.
Do you get motion sick from
bad.
dropping down?
It's bad. bad if
dropping's-
you're scared of
yeah.
heights.
If anything, dropping is worse.
No, but, like, the
He's
problem
not.
is-
He's not scared of heights. He gets motion sick. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, dropping is definitely like
Yeah,
it's
dropping
Yeah.
is
still not
definitely-
good.
As someone who gets motion sick
Because-
and, who has gone down in a plane, yeah, it's honestly worse.
Yeah, it's not great.
Also,
But, like,
like
It's
ear-
different
like,
in a plane.
pressure building on your ears.
Yeah,
It's
in,
like-
in a plane, you're not being held by talons dangled above a chasm.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, I will say with that natural one, Grim is like, whew, okay, let's not do that again. Whilst everyone else is looking around for an exit. So, Lithari, as you're looking around, you see one of the walls towards the back of this place has arches, like ornamental arches carved into the rock. And Arya, as Elizabeth is like flashing this lighted dagger around, you see that one of the arches, is at some point has been bricked up with like stone and rubble. Except somebody, presumably using magic, has just straight up created a tunnel straight through. That is. You'd probably have to like get on all fours and like crawl through it. Like it's not super small, but it's like a bored hole rather than a like an opening. There is like a
Yeah.
bored hole into this bricked up entryway.
Comfortable for a bat, one might presume.
Yeah, large enough for a bat, but also large enough for a person on all fours to sort of clamber through.
Or Grim to walk through.
And yeah, the feeling you're getting from Ellyria's location is that way and down about 100 or so feet.
Okay. Tell the others.
Well, that doesn't look ominous at all.
Okay.
Do you want to lead the way, Grim?
Well, I guess I always should. Let's go.
Grim hops up into the hole and can walk through it standing up.
Of course.
Like he's like ducking a little to not bang his head on the roof, but
Yeah, I think Lithari would head in behind Grim.
And Elizabeth probably behind Lithari.
okay. And on that, we'll take a short break.